So let's get right to it. If you feel like you're stuck and your bank account isn't growing, the problem probably isn't your work ethic. We've all been told that, right? Just work harder. But the truth is, real wealth, it isn't built with muscle. It's built with your mind. And this right here, this might just be the most dangerous lie ever told about money. You know, it's that belief that keeps so many people trapped, spinning their wheels in a cycle of effort without any real reward. Today, we're going to tear that whole idea apart. I mean, really think about it for a second. If wealth was just about pure hard work, the richest people on the planet would be laborers, right? Construction workers, miners, they'd all be billionaires. But they're not. And that just proves the whole formula we've been sold is wrong. Money isn't born from how much you sweat, it's born from the decisions you make with your mind. Okay, so that brings us to our first big idea, the hard work lie. Here, we're really going to dig into why just putting in more hours is a total trap. It's not about how hard you work, it's about what your work is actually building. All right, take a look at this. It's a perfect contrast. You've got two people, right? Both put in 10 hours. The first person, let's call them the worker. They focus on their tasks, they get their salary, and at the end of the day, they're just tired, drained. But the second person, the system builder, their focus is completely different. They're focused on creating. The result? Not just a salary, but cash flow. And their state? They're not just tired, they're building something. It's the same amount of effort, but a totally different world when it comes to mindset and the final outcome. And this leads us straight into the real battleground, which is all happening right up here in your brain. See, the fundamental difference between financial struggle and real financial freedom, it's not about effort, it's about your mindset. So let's break down the core thinking that separates these two paths. Wow, this slide just lays it all out, doesn't it? On one side, you have the mindset that's always just looking for a job. But the other side, it's looking for a problem to solve. Why? Because where there are problems, that's where the money is. One person wants stability, which sounds safe, but the other wants scalability, the ability to grow and grow and grow exponentially. One person is totally paralyzed by what will people say, while the other is driven by a much more powerful question. What will the market actually buy? And finally, one avoids guilt, maybe feeling bad about charging for value, while the other relentlessly pursues growth. Okay, so if the mindset is the what, then the big question is how? How do you actually do it? That brings us to section 3, where we're talking about the actual tools of wealth creation, systems, scalability, and this really important word, leverage. These are the engines that will multiply your results. All right, let me give you a hard truth. If your income is tied directly to the hours you work, you have put a permanent ceiling on how much you can ever earn. It's that simple. And why is that? Well, because your time is finite. There are only 24 hours in a day. You can't make more time. You can't work more hours. But a system you build, it can. And that brings us to the magic word, the key to all of this, leverage. This is the concept you absolutely have to understand. It's the art of getting a huge, massive, totally disproportionate result from a single action. It's not just about working hard, it's about working smart to create an echo that keeps going, not just a single sound. And here are some real-world examples of what that actually looks like. You create one video, it can be watched by millions of people. You write a piece of software code one time, and it can run on countless devices all over the world. You build a brand, you build a team, or you make investments. These are all assets, and they work for you 24/7 long after you've put in that initial effort. See the difference? This isn't just working, this is wealth creation. You know, to make this crystal clear, let's use a little story. Imagine two brothers. The first brother, he's the picture of traditional hard work. He opens his little shop every single day, he serves the customers, he mops the floors, he closes up at night. He is putting in the hours day in and day out. Okay, now for the second brother. He starts with the exact same shop. But here's the difference. Instead of just working in the shop, he starts working on the shop. He uses his mind. He builds a website. He gets a social media presence going. He starts to turn this little local shop into a recognizable online brand that can reach customers literally anywhere in the world. Okay, now let's fast forward 5 years. The first brother, he's still there. He's still faithfully opening that one shop every single morning. He's working just as hard. But the second brother, oh, he's not just selling products anymore. He's selling the entire system. He's selling franchises. And that is the difference between hard work and brain work.
And that story perfectly sets up our next crucial distinction, which is salary versus assets. This is really about one fundamental choice. Are you earning to live, or are you building to be free?
Okay, I want you to just let this next one sink in for a minute. If you aren't making money while you sleep, you are on the path to being hardworking, not rich. I mean, wow. That's probably the simplest, most profound test for your entire financial life. So here's the fundamental difference laid bare. A salary is transactional. You trade your time for money to pay the bills. It keeps you on that hamster wheel, running and running. But an asset, like the brand the second brother built, that's a system that generates income without you needing to be there. And that is what creates real freedom. So this is the moment where I want you to pause and ask yourself a really serious question. Take a hard look at what you do every day. Are you just earning a paycheck that completely depends on you showing up? Or are you dedicating at least some of your mental energy to building a source of income, something that can one day operate without you? And thinking about that leads us right into our final and honestly our most important section, your financial rebirth. And listen, this isn't about learning a few new tactics. This is about adopting a completely new identity. You know, from the time we're kids, society conditions us with a very simple script, right? Study hard, get a good job, work hard. The system needs workers. But the real code to wealth, it's always been different. It's to think differently, to build systems, and to take ownership of those systems. And this number right here, it illustrates the goal perfectly. See, money isn't just a reward for your work, it's a reward for your impact. If you can figure out a way to make life easier or better or more efficient for a million people, doesn't matter if it's a product, a service, a piece of content, money won't just come to you, it will literally chase you. Now, let's be really clear about something. Hard work isn't useless, not at all. It's absolutely essential. But its role is to start the engine. You can't just sit in the driver's seat turning the key over and over and over again and expect to get anywhere. Once that engine is running, you need to build a system, the car itself, to actually drive somewhere. And the tragedy is, too many people just spend their whole lives turning the key. So, okay, we've broken down the old lie, we've explored the new code, now it's time to make this personal. This isn't just information you're hearing. Think of it as an invitation to declare a new identity for yourself, and you can start that right now. And it starts with this. This isn't just a nice phrase. This is a declaration. It's a commitment. It's a commitment to stop treating all of your precious time for money. A commitment to start thinking, to start building, and to start leveraging your effort. Because at the end of the day, real, lasting wealth doesn't come from your hands. It comes from the powerful patterns you create with your mind.